everyone, happy Thursday. Cyril, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good, buddy. Having a little bit off day, but not too bad. I think we'll make it through okay.
Oh, off day? That's no good.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. The wife hasn't been sleeping well, and so she's had a headache, not feeling well. And I think it's just psychosomatic. I'm catching it. It's like, oh, it's a lazy day. Okay, I'll be lazy today. I'm good with that.
Hey, you gotta have a lazy day every now and then, right? You work too
Exactly.
hard, all work, no play, makes you a dull boy.
Exactly. I agree totally. So, how you doing, brother? Last I heard, you were having some issues with the heat and a little bit of crazy, and his life calmed down. And how did the whole migration thing go?
Yeah, life settled kind of into a routine, so that's good. Everybody's all settling in now with the move and the doubling up of the family size, and we're finding our swing of things. Temperature's been great here. I think our hottest day is on Saturday, and that's going to be 84. Yes, there's a very big coffee cup.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's not a coffee cup, man. That's like a small planter or something. I don't know what the hell that is.
it's me pint of coffee. Sorry,
Me point of coffee. I like it. I do.
exactly. Yeah, so it's currently 67 out, which is why I'm not in just the tank top, so
Nice. Yeah, it's kind of weird to see there's no shoulders, man. Come on, where's those sexy shoulders going? Gotta see the muscles.
well, you're looking at the wrong person for those then.
Yeah, me too. My muscles are turning into gravity. It's kind of sinking downward. I think it has something to do with age.
They're called inverse muscles.
Oh, hey, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
People still say I have that crazy man strength, or crazy old man strength is what they call it. Because they're like, oh, you're just some old fat guy. You can't do it. And pick this big thing, a spool of wire, or something. Like, damn, okay, I guess he can. So let's see who we got in the house tonight. So now this is Lynn, and she just changed her tag, and we're gonna have to fix that because it says down home crypto. It's like, okay. So we need to change that to Wild Angel. So we will work on that, love. Good to have you here with us. BTK, what's up, my man? How you doing, brother? Love the big coffee cup. Yeah, that is a monster coffee cup. Absolutely. You got some more. That's not a cup, man. That's like a pot of coffee right there. You might as well just grab the pot and drink out of it. It'd be easier.
Yeah.
And I know there's somebody. Oh, Chrome, there he is. Chrome. Yes. Welcome, Chrome. I didn't call you out. I just shared the coffee pot story. So Lynn says my cup holds half a pot. Yeah. See, that's insane. That's like your bonk's level of coffee consumption. Whew. I don't know how you guys do it.
Well, that's it is what it is. Oh, Richter's in the house. What's up?
There's a man. Love you, Richter. Good to have you, brother. That's okay. Hey, man, being busy is a good thing. I've been trying to be busy, but today's been kind of a cruise control day. So I'm just glad to have you here. So, first of all, guys, one thing I want to bring out real quick is make sure you're getting in and casting your votes because we only had 4 voters this week. So absolutely go out there, jump in Down Home Crypto Discord and cast your vote. And, do it now. That way you don't forget because we're already here. So I will put there, I had it. There it is. Okay, there is the words. Funny words.
The link to the
Thank you. Yes, that word. It's been one of those days, like I said, I could not come up with that word. Link. Thank you.
Was that what it was like the one time I wasn't here?
Yeah, it was exactly like that. It's like, oh my God, what is he even trying to say? It was horrible. So yeah, it's a good thing you're here because I got a couple things I want to chat with you about, Cyril. But I definitely want to remind everybody, please get out there, cast your votes, and tell your friends about us because we're really trying to share this information to make their world a better place. And was asked. Sorry, go ahead.
Was I thought, and while you're here, before tuning out after not having your name drawn during the 30-minute cast your vote part, hit the like button and subscribe for Serenity here. Help boost his channel.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And yeah, let's spread the word. Let's try to make things better here.
Now
we can go. Okay. Sounds good. So, Cyril, now we had a little bit of a pump in the market over the last couple of days. And we started seeing things spike up. And of course, that triggers that FOMO. I was like, oh my God, I should have bought in a week ago. Why didn't I? But then, of course, it came crashing down a little bit. So it's going to do its up and down thing. But it was a great little precursor to what we're going to see in the next bull run. Now, I think that's one of those where the new investors, especially, they're always going to see that next coin. It's like, oh man, I should invest in that one because they did a 10x the next day it crashed. So what's the best way to approach these type of things to try and avoid that or at least tone it down?
Well, if it has just finished going on a little pump, that's not the time to buy, right?
Okay.
Because you don't want to be the one buying at the top. Because as we saw today, the price movement erased the gains that it made yesterday. So,
Yeah,
you know,
it's gone.
you'd buy and you'd be down once again. You know, you don't buy when it's going up. You buy either at your timed DCA point, which in our case is every week, right?
Right.
Or you buy after it's dropped and it started kind of going sideways a bit. You know, those are the times that you're doing buys. You're not buying when it pumps. You're not buying when the price starts moving up or any of that nonsense.
Right. And I think that's one of the hardest things for a new investor to understand is because if they bought it 2 days ago, it was going down. They're like, well, I'm waiting for it to go down. Then all of a sudden it went through a pump. It's like, oh my God, I'm too late. And then all of a sudden it drops down again. And so, I mean, it's a roller coaster of emotions. So is the best way, obviously, as we know, is dollar cost averaging. But how do you find the best way to explain that to someone?
Yeah, so dollar cost averaging is quite simply you do your buys spread out over a period of time. You can either do it, at the same time every week. You could do it at the same time every day. You could also choose to break it out over the course of, I'm just going to do 3 buys 24 hours apart and then call it that, right? However you choose to do it. Obviously, the best way is to give it some time in between the buys, which is why we do this every week, right? But what you're going to be doing is you're buying at this price, you're buying some at this price, you're buying some at this price, and you're getting that nice average. So you're not putting in your entire investment when it's at that peak because you FOMO'd into a pump.
Right. Okay. Sounds good. Now, let me ask you, as the chart watcher, as we will, do you have a recommended day or time that if somebody's going to dollar cost average, let's say if they're going to do it every week, is there certain days of the week that you would recommend or certain ones you'd recommend avoiding?
So it really depends on what asset you're trading, right? Statistically speaking, if you're buying on stocks, the best time to buy is right before close of day, right? Okay. They tend to trend upwards in the overnight market and then get sold off during the day. It's just how it works. It's a little different with crypto, obviously. It's a lot more, depends on the swing of the dollar, depends on whatever news is going on, whatever lawsuit the SEC is throwing around that week. So there's a lot of factors and variables. So time is really just going to be your best friend in this situation. Instead of trying to time it specifically, for XYZ, just be like, all right, you know what, every week on Friday or whatnot, I'll do my buy, or Thursday. Statistically speaking, if Friday close on Bitcoin is higher than its Monday open price, generally, statistically speaking, it trends up the following week, right? Little tidbit there for you. Now, that's not always the case, so don't go, 100x leverage, YOLOing the house, right?
But you told me so. Cyril said so. I swear he did.
No. You don't get to say that. You don't get to say that because I said statistically speaking, you have better odds of it trending up next week if the Friday close is higher than the Monday open price. But either way, time is your best friend, especially in the crypto markets. So come up with a schedule for yourself. Be like, okay, on Friday, when I first get paid, is that the best time to do it before I blow my money on other pointless stuff? Or, is it better for me on Thursday to take whatever leftover money I have from the previous week and do it then, right? So that's completely your choice. You got to figure out what's right for you, but treat it like a bill, right? Set your time and do it religiously. And that's how you're going to DCA your way into the markets and build a solid position.
Okay, well said. And that's great advice. Something that, a lot of people, they try to react like, okay, the market pumped, it's going to crash down, but it doesn't crash. It's like, oh man, I missed it. And it just creates this whole roller coaster of emotions. And especially with a new investor just getting into the space, that can be really, really traumatic to a lot of people.
It absolutely can. Absolutely can.
So want to say hi to Rose. Good to have you here, Rosalind. Welcome, love. And BTK says, when Zeely?
He knows that I will never do a Zeely, so he can yeah. And you also have Tori listening to the background too.
Oh, hi, Tori. Welcome to the show, dear. All right, she's backstage. Cool. I love this. I don't have anybody backstage with me. Me, myself, and I.
Well, that's you just need your own little fan base or whatnot to listen into the videos. No, I'm just kidding. They're definitely not my fan base.
Well, I've got Wild Angel out there, Lynn, love her death, and I'm sure Mom's probably out there, probably doesn't know how to type, and that's totally okay. But really, it's all about helping the newer people. And so I hope there's people from Nashville that I've been talking to over the last couple of weeks. I hope you're in here. I hope you're watching this, and I hope you're picking up this information. Because, as I walk around cutting wires doing my job there, I've really been trying to preach to people, say, hey, just take $5, just try it. Pick something in the top 10 on the coin market cap. Any one of those. Buy $5 a week, and I guarantee in a year from now, you're going to have profits. That's all you got to do. It's not hard. Just keep doing a little bit every time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You just focus on, DCAing your way in, right? And then over time, as if the portfolio goes up, you DCA your way back out.
There you go. And that's what we're here to help you with. So definitely jump to the Discord, ask any questions. We'll help you any way we can. So Disco Chuck, hey, good to have you here, brother. So once again, now we've got more people right now watching the stream than we had vote last week. So please, guys, jump over there into the Discord and cast your vote right now while we're here talking about it. Yes.
That way it's in there for next week.
That's right. I make sure it's up and running before we go live, so you can always be a week at a time. So now, Cyril, I had another total oddball question I want to throw at you that I'm sure some people are asking about. Oh, yeah. This is going sideways, man.
It usually does.
Yeah, that's my job. I bring the weird stuff in because, you're way too organized. Yeah, I'm scattered. Now we're hearing a lot about CBDCs and each country creating its own currency, things like that. Now let me ask you: is there a way for somebody to start investing in those, whether it's in a blockchain or stable or something like that, to get in early on these new CBDCs, or any way to benefit from that?
So, how exactly do you expect a CBDC that's supposed to be essentially like pegged value to really be an investment per se? I mean, I guess maybe off the growth of the GDP, right? Or whatever they're backing their CBDCs with is essentially what you'd actually be investing in. Okay. But I would say, if you are looking to try to invest in something that would benefit from changeover to CBDCs, consider more of the electronic infrastructure, or trying to think here of things that would directly benefit from that. But I would say, the electronic infrastructure. Oh, Lynn asks, what is a CBDC? Stands for central bank digital currency. It's when they switch over to an all digital money. They get rid of, the cash, the coins, everything. Could
short whoever makes the paper it's printing on. There you go. Yeah, I'm going to short that paper company. There you go. I like that one. So, it was one of those, because we're hearing about this all the time with the BRICS Nation, with all this saying, and everybody's going CBDCs. But I was really curious, especially since you're a Forex trader and you deal in the commodities, if there was something out there that maybe we're not hearing about, maybe that you have some secret info on.
Well, I don't know about that per se, but I do know that gold is always a safe bet, right? Especially if these countries are soaking it up as a store. I know the BRICS nations, they're soaking up as much gold as possible, have been for a while now. I've mentioned before that China made it illegal to export, their gold that's mined in their country. So gold's always a safe bet. Right now, they're kind of suppressing the price, in my opinion, have been for a while. If they haven't been suppressing it, I believe it would be trading closer to 5,000 per troy ounce right now. But, they don't want the price going up too high before they've accumulated enough to actually back their currencies with it.
Right, and that makes sense. And that's for me personally, not financial advice. But that's one thing that I believe in, like collective finance, where theirs is all digital gold. I think it has an amazing possibility, and I know there's a lot of different things out there that are backed by gold. And yeah, I totally agree with that. I think gold's the best way to go. I'm not sure I trust myself holding gold in my hand. I would probably lose it or eat it, or I'd do something stupid. So yeah, I personally like the digital gold in my world. But hey, the choice is always yours, guys.
Well, I don't recommend eating it, but I will say having physical gold is something that is important because all it would take is one EMP bomb or something like that, or even a regular nuke detonated in the atmosphere, and our electronic infrastructure is gone. Right? Actually,
Right.
speaking of the rover on Mars, I forget which one is operating right now, but the rover on Mars saw a giant sunspot turning to face the Earth, and they're saying if that thing erupts, which they like to do, it could severely damage our telecommunications network. I mean, our country is one Carrington event away from having its entire electronic infrastructure and electricity, everything go down. So,
Right.
physical gold can be important to have, as that will be a medium of trade when everything else is kind of worthless, right?
Right. And I'll put it right behind bullets. That's I think the first. If that goes down, man, it's gonna be absolute anarchy. So yeah, for me it's like ammunition, gold. Okay, now we're good. No matter what, I can absolutely get what I need.
Yeah, I suppose. Might want to keep yourself a stockpile of lead then in that case too, to make your own bullets.
Yeah, and gunpowder, and yeah, a couple different things. And it's funny you mentioned that because I did read that same article talking about showed that picture of the sunspot, and it was right after the article about the Russian rover that cratered into the moon. It was like, oops. Can you imagine having to go to your boss like, dude, I did the math wrong, man. My bad. Sorry.
That's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard about that. It's like, ooh, that didn't go well. I thought they were smarter than that. So BTK says same thing's happening with BTC. I think price being manipulated down hard. Yeah, I agree, BTK. I think right now there's a ton of manipulation going out there, and it's suppressing a lot of stuff between legal battles, between rumors in the media. Now, keep in mind, I know we've talked about this before, but you've got one main organization that owns all like 97% of the media channels in the world. So whatever
BlackRock
they
and Vanguard. Yeah.
Yep, those guys. So yeah, all you have to do is push the news out. People believe that way. Oh well, let's not buy that. So all the rich people can buy more and more and more until they say, okay, now we're ready. Release the floodgates. Let's make some money.
They start telling you, oh, it's a buy signal on this stock or a buy signal on the market when they're ready to start selling their positions.
And that is why. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say that's why they wait to start talking about, oh, we're in a recession, right? They keep being like, no, we're not, no, we're not, no, we're not, until they've accumulated enough of their short positions, and then they're like, oh, we're in a recession, or they start talking about, the economy's looking great, inflation is slowing, blah 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 blah. Once they've accumulated their buy positions.
Exactly. And that's why we have that wonderful saying that Cyril loves to share with us, which is, Cyril, go for it.
Buy when the streets run red, even if the blood is your own.
Yeah. There was one more, too. The one more other one I was thinking about the news.
Oh, the whole buy the rumor, sell the news?
Yes, that one, too. Okay. So, yes.
I have a lot of sayings. You got to be specific.
Sorry. I should have put more breadcrumbs out there. That's my bad. Definitely. So yeah, guys, even if you hear it on the news, do the opposite. I mean, literally, as soon as I see my phone chime, hey, look, something is up. Oh, good. Sell it quick. Or it's like, oh, this could crash. There's going to be a lawsuit. Awesome. Let me go buy some more. This is great.
Yeah, that's how a lot of people wound up getting rich off of it wasn't the GameStop, it was the other one. AMC. When AMC was and Hertz was another one. When they announced that they were going bankrupt and everything like that, all of the Wall Street bets community started buying up. They bought up so much of the AMC stock that they were able to actually not go bankrupt and save their company.
It's amazing how that works. Huh. Sounds like some sketchy shit going on in the background.
Well, they were expecting that they were going to go under, and then the Wall Street bets community decided to buy it because it was cheap and they liked the stock. just like they did with GameStop.
Right. Now they have a whole new company to bring in. It's like, hey, look, we just got bigger and everything's saved. Now it's even better than it was before.
Yep.
I like it. Okay. So now, wow, I just had a complete brain fart. I had a question and I lost it. So anyway, take it away. It just did reverse split. Yeah, exactly. That's about it, Disco. I feel you, brother. You just paused. I thought you were going to say something.
No, I paused because I was mentally deciding whether or not I should clarify for you what he meant by reverse split.
Yeah, go for it.
So a reverse split is when a company has, let's say they have 1,000 shares and they reverse split by reducing the number of shares they have. So now instead of having, if it's a 1-for-2 reverse split, then every 2 shares you had, now you have 1. That's a reverse split. A share split is what Amazon did last year or the year before. I forget exactly when, where they take the number of shares that they have. Let's say they have 1,000. Now they have 2,000 shares. All of your shares that were worth $10 each are now worth $5 each, but you have 2 of them, so it's still worth 10 in total. A reverse split is the opposite of that. Now, usually when companies do reverse splits, it's because their price has been under $1 per share for a specified period of time, at which point they run the risk of being delisted from either the NASDAQ or the S&P 500 and wind up going OTC, over-the-counter shares, and they get downgraded to a penny stock style thing. So if their share price is like 90 cents for a period of time, they'll do a reverse split, crunch them all down. Now instead of being 90 cents, it's $1.80 per share, and they get to stay listed.
Okay. Now let me ask you, when that happens, and let's say if you do a split and you've like doubled your shares and stuff, how does that break down for dividends, things like that, ownership? I mean, does everything just break in half, and or is there like a set amount of shares a company has to maintain on the books, or how does that all work?
So theoretically, as a company, you can have as many shares as you want. But generally for share price, you want to keep the amount of shares you have lower. It's the same reason why most tokens that you see, especially in the last year that launched, have a price of 0.0000000, and then whatever their price is, right? It's because there is a crap ton of tokens and only so much in fiat that's backing them. So that price has to get divided more ways. But let's say you bought a token like that and you have 50 billion of X token, right? And then something like a reverse split occurred, that your 50 billion could be worth 1% of the supply, right? They do that reverse split. Now you have your, let's say they did a 1-for-2. So now you have 25 billion, but because the entire supply was affected by that, you still own 1%. So it's the same thing for stocks. You still have the same percentage of shares. The only difference is now the share price is lower, meaning it's more accessible for investors with less money to start buying these shares. And so you tend to see an increase in price when a very profitable, strong company does a reverse split. Right? Because now it's accessible to other investors. Like we saw that with Amazon when they did their split, they went from 400 a share. No, I'm thinking of Apple. I'm sorry. They went from 400 a share to 100 a share. Well, now someone with $100 could go buy a share, full share. And it wasn't until very recently that a lot of these broker apps from your phone, like Robinhood, Webull, etc., made it possible for people to buy a fraction of a share. Because they're essentially acting as the reservoir. They keep track of who owns what section. But if you try to trade directly with like the actual stock companies and things like that, you can't buy a fraction of a share. And so these companies, as their price keeps going up, they tend to do a share split to keep it accessible for new investors.
Okay. And that makes sense. And so, and that's where Disco Chuck said a unit bias. Now, I have no idea what that is. So, Cyril, take it away, my man. What is a unit bias?
You're going to have to forgive me. I'm drawing a bit of a blank at the moment.
That's okay. We'll get back to that. Disco.
Okay, go to Google. I am not Google. Go to Google.
Alexa, what is a unit bias? Okay, thanks, Alexa. I'll talk to you later. She started babbling something like, I don't know, I'll go back to it. So we will come back to that, Disco, or if you want, man, type in the chat here or throw it in the Discord, either one, because I would like to know. It sounds interesting. But now I want to go back to the whole splitting aspect there. So now you talked about this in crypto, and we've seen that before where they say, oh, well, you have one, now you have 1,000 instead of one. You still have the same share. But now that comes down to the type of tokenomics based on whether it is a deflationary or inflationary token, right?
That plays a part. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, of course, if you get a deflationary, you can't really add more tokens, can you? Isn't there like a limit, or is there a way to split that we're not aware of?
So if it is deflationary, right, where a percentage of the supply goes away, with set factors, then, there's not really a way that it could inflate unless there's like a mint function in the contract, which a deflationary project shouldn't have a mint function in the contract anyway. Unless
or don't pull it out of the burn wallet or anything weird like that, right?
right. Like what was it? Vaporfy, Thorify. It was Thorify that did it.
Thorify, yeah.
But he's talking about when the price is blah 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 blah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's the same. They do that for psychological reasons. Exactly. People think it's going to reach, a penny. But of course, those of us who understand math know that it probably won't.
Exactly. Hey, Yabunks, good to have you, brother. Welcome. And in fact, I did that on one of my videos talking about Shiba Inu. And because it was going around all over the place. Oh, it's going to hit a penny. It's going to penny. And I did the math. And I'm like, do you guys realize how much money has to come in to Shiba Inu to take it to a penny? I mean, it was more than the national debt. It was absolutely stupid amounts to hit a penny. Like, seriously, come on, guys. This is hopium. This is not real.
That's market cap fallacy. So that's the same thing that a lot of people experience when people are like, oh, this could reach, a penny or something like that. They're still thinking with the market cap fallacy, right? Where the market cap would be at X when it reaches that price. But you got to remember, here in DeFi, that's not the case. It's not like stocks where market cap is an actual representation of money invested in it. Market cap is just amount of tokens times the price. What actually would determine what the price could reach is liquidity pool dynamics. And we had a whole video about where we talked about liquidity pool dynamics. I think it was one of our earliest videos, actually. Mm-hmm. But sorry. So in this case, it would be more of a situation of, okay, how much money is in their LP? How many tokens are in their LP? And you might be surprised to learn that many of these projects, popular projects actually, don't require that much money to push the price 100x. The problem actually is that you got more people holding the token and more tokens. No, I'm not smoking cloves. These are my regular cigarettes. I don't smoke clove cigarettes. You got more people holding tokens than tokens are in the entire LP, right? So as the price starts going up, people are going to be selling into that, which increases the headwind. But if nobody was selling, it takes a surprisingly little amount of money to push most of these projects 100x.
Okay. But it's a lot of us just sitting there waiting. As soon as it pumps a little bit, we sell a bunch, dropping it back down, and that just keeps cycling. Yep,
exactly, which is why things like that will never reach a penny. It's the same reason why those people who talk, they're in this token and it's got like 6 zeros or whatever, and they're like, oh, when this hits $1, I'm going to retire. I always say, yeah, but you'll sell before then. So why are you even talking about that?
And that's a good point. And I think that's something that we definitely need to let people know is it's okay to sell. You're not married to these projects. I don't care how much you love the founders. I don't care how much you love everything about them. This is not a marriage. It's not a relationship. This is a strategic investing journey. So please keep that in mind when you're building friends out there, community and all that. Don't start saying, oh, I'm never going to sell, because you know what? If you don't, you're dumb. Honestly, in my opinion. What would you think to that, Cyril?
Well, I would say that you absolutely should not be getting married to any particular project. right? Um, and you shouldn't feel guilty, because what a lot of people experience is they're like, well, if I sell, I'm going to be hurting the bag of my friends or whatnot. And so they wind up treating it like community, like family, instead of, the investment that it was. You were there to make a profit. You can't just sit there and not sell because you don't want to hurt the people that you've met and made friends with.
Okay. And that makes sense. And I think that's a great way to put it. And so many people, especially newer investors, they get in here, and I was guilty. I absolutely married a project all the way to zero. It was horrible. Yeah.
I did that. Yep. We've been there.
Yep. Did it, done it. Okay. So it is now 5:30, boys and girls. What does that mean?
Spin the wheel
Spin
or dance off.
Yeah. Dance off. You guys ready for dance off? So for anybody just tuning in, or if you don't know, you're watching this on the restream, definitely go to Down Home Crypto Discord and cast your vote, because you guys get to vote on what we invest in. And we're going to break that down here in just a second. But everybody who voted last week, and there were 4 of them, and that was Rebel, Chrome, BTK, and Wild Angel. So thank you, boys and girls. You did 2 twice. Did you cast last week's vote, John? Because I didn't see you on there, brother. Okay, so let me share this screen and we will do a dance off. And the winner of the dance off, of course, I'm going to send $10 out of my own pocket to say, hey, thank you for stopping in and thank you for casting your vote and made your voice heard.
That's awesome.
Okay, so we've got to share the audio and we're going to go. One of these days, I will figure this whole thing out. There we go. Okay, and share.
Hotkey scripts for it or something.
Yeah, I'm going to have to. Okay, dance off. We're not going to do the Grubfish Royale, which is where they were wiggling along doing the little blade dodging. That was kind of weird. We'll do some dancing. Are you ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dance off.
No, it's little mushrooms on the screen jumping up and down.
And BTK got toasted. Yeah, you better dance. Blades are coming, boys, girls. Sorry, BTK, man. You got to work on your moves, brother. Yeah, BTK got wrecked.
Oh, Chrome
vibrating.
Chrome almost got wrecked too.
Oof.
Oh,
and there he goes. Yep. Okay, we got Rebel and Wild Angel. And Rebel, my man. Way to go, brother.
That's the second time I've seen Rebel win. Congratulations.
It is. And the great thing is, Rebel, I've already got your wallet, my man. So I will make sure to get that sent over to you. And it doesn't show them on the little pillar. It just shows nobody. Huh, that's wild.
I don't know. Where's these dancing mushrooms doing?
They were dancing.
You know, Tori, if you're watching the stream, you would know. See, there you go.
Oh, she was standing right there with her head like poked around so that she could see the screen.
Yes, you can
What the hell? Poor Chrome. I get smoked every time. Yeah, I know, Chrome. I do the same thing, buddy. I was in the Pillars thing today, and they had like 10 giveaways, and I have yet to ever win anything over there. But that's okay. It's just fun.
I don't enter giveaways because I don't win.
Yeah.
I never do.
I try and I dream, but it never happens.
How many tickets Patty won on the radio?
You won something. You're getting squealed on, I can tell.
No, she's making fun of me. She said that I don't win because I don't enter, and that's why I never win. And I couldn't argue with that, so I just was like, shh.
Okay, and she's got a point. Yeah, you got to enter to win, but at the same time, if the odds are so far against you, like the lottery, I mean, it's like I don't buy Powerballs. I like 3-4 times a year, and that's it. It's like, okay, why not? Give me $10. What the hell?
It was $3.
We got to get him in front of a camera. They're going to keep being part of the stream. I like this. This is great. Okay, and so if you guys don't know how to operate Discord or what Discord is, let me put the invite here into the channel, and I'll go invite people, and I will make this really easy. Wait, I got to copy that first. There we go.
And
Okay,
not
so
this one that expires. That invite link expires in 7 days. Fix it, because there's going to be people who watch this at some point.
You are absolutely right. Let me fix that because I screwed up. Edit invite. No, it's on never.
Well, now it is.
I didn't click it. It was already there. There you go. There's the invite link. So when you guys go into the Down Home Crypto Discord, of course, you're going to have to go through a simple verification. But then what you're going to do is go down here to the rags to riches, and it says vote here. And it's separated into two sections, the blue chip crypto investing and the DeFi crypto investing. And every person has 2 votes, 1 per poll. And if you don't see something on there that you want to vote for, you want to bring up, absolutely. All you have to do is click the little plus here, add whatever you want. And then what I highly recommend is once you've added something, please go in this next one down here where it says discuss the vote, share a link, share the information, let us know because we can't see everything out there. And the best thing we can do is as a community, grow together. So if you got some info, man, share it because I would love to read up on it.
Absolutely. And, make sure that if you are adding an option, you wait for the option to pop up so that you can then vote for it. Because if you just add it, it'll just add it, but it won't add your vote to it. So make sure you then go back and vote for it when you see the option appear.
There you go. In fact, I'm going to do it right now on stream so you guys can see because there's one I think has great potential. But it's kind of an interesting one. So I'm going to go ahead and click the ad. I want to add Star Atlas. I think their token has a lot of possibility as well as the game itself. So there you go. I just added it. See how to put it in. Now I have to go in and vote for it. So cast my vote and there we go. It's that simple. That's all you got to do, boys and girls. So if you would please go in there, share your information. And then if it's something new like this, I will go ahead and add a link to Star Atlas right down here so you know what I'm talking about.
Awesome. Awesome.
So, okay. So I think we made it to this point. Cyril, I know it's been a roller coaster the last week. So what does our portfolio look like after the ups and downs and sideways and zooms, 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 zooms? Yeah.
It's all gone. It's all gone. No, I'm just kidding.
Y'all got wrecked. Go home.
All
We're
right,
broke.
let me share. Hold on.
And Fur Pew Pew says, win gang option. Hey, Ferret, go at it, buddy. Add it on the poll and throw some links in there. Throw some information. Educate us because I would love to know more about gang.
Yes. Pump gang price because I get an allocation of gang because I'm a consultant. I'm kind of the consultant for their blockchain, but yeah. Anywho, so yes, let's take a look at our portfolio. Words are easy for me today. You're rubbing off on me, man. You gotta stop.
Apparently,
you gotta stop that. So last week was week 13, right? I think.
Yep.
I don't know. Sometimes you put like what week show it is on the ticker at the bottom, and I
gotta count.
So despite all the craziness of the last week, we are actually down less than we were the previous week. So we started off the week at 303 and 44 cents, and we ended the week at 297 and 4 cents, which is a loss of $6.40 or 2.15% of our account. Now, remember when we started our journey, imagine we had done all our investing at the beginning, right? And we just took all this money that we put in, this $325 so far, and we just put it all in here at the beginning, and we would have ridden down a lot more than we went up, and so whereas 5% gained this week versus, that was $1.32, right? 5%. Here, $6.40 that we're down is only 2.15% because we've been building our position all this time and we've been DCAing while doing it. And that's why we ran the math. What was it last week on the show? And we said like that this is what we had invested. This is where we're at. We're actually down less than 1 week's worth of investment, despite the fact that the market had come down so much since we've started. We were only down a little bit. That's why we DCA like this.
Right. And this is a great way to look at it. And we've had a lot of comments come through while we're looking at this. See, incoming Ferret and see, bro, I'm one of the top holders of Ferret. Migration Thune Yes, for Goss, absolutely. Once there, is the only down portfolio. I love that. That's great for our pew. It's only down because the market is only down. But like Cyril's talking, we are not down near as much as we would be had we taken a lump sum. So the DCAing has saved us so much. It's amazing. And another one, you don't lose until you sell. And that's the biggest one right there, Disco. And I definitely want to take a moment to point that out, guys, is if you're doing this, if you're investing, you haven't lost. Okay. Right now on paper, it shows negatives. That just means it's down from where we purchased it. Doesn't mean we've lost because we haven't lost a dime, not a penny. Because we haven't sold.
It's just like if you bought a Bitcoin at 30,000, and now it's in 26,000, you still have a full Bitcoin. It's not like you've lost anything. So sure, if it keeps going down, then it keeps going down. If it then goes up, and then your $30,000 Bitcoin you bought becomes worth 60,000, you can sell the full Bitcoin and get twice the amount of dollars, right? So that transaction, that realization of gain or loss, doesn't occur until you actually sell it. And that's why when we are in a bear market, that is when we accumulate. When it switches over to bull market, that's when we start trading out these things that we already purchased, already spent the money on, and sell them to other people who want to buy them.
Right, exactly. And that's something that I think a lot of people fall into that trap. Like, man, I just bought and it went down. I lost. No, you didn't lose. It just went down. Now it's a better opportunity to collect more. And Ferret says, Jesus, looks like my portfolio. Yeah, mine too, brother. Same way. And yeah, accumulation phase. That's a great way to look at it. And this is when me personally, I keep buying a little bit every week and putting it away. In fact, I just sent a bunch of XRP to my wife. It's like, here, hold on to this so I don't even see it. I don't even want to be tempted to say, oh, it did a little pump. Let me take profits yet, because it's not our rules that we have at 2x. It's got to hit a 2x. Otherwise, I'm not doing it. So I'll never lose because I've made friends along the way. Hey, there you go, Fear. I like that.
Well, I like that too, because the irony is I actually met BTK in a project that essentially went to zero, right? And now we hang out all the time.
There you go. And yeah, see, it's never a loss if you've learned or if you've grown or made a connection or something. If you gain something out of it, it's not a loss, it's an education.
Yep. Sometimes it's tuition paid.
Exactly. Yeah. Like we said, that blood might be your own in the streets, but that's okay. Buy it up, man. It's on sale. And BTK says, I never sell anything. Ask Cyril. I've heard that about you, BTK. I'm going to hold it till it dies. Or goes to the moon. I paid for friendship. You don't have to pay us, Ferret, man. You can hang out here. You're a friend of ours, brother. You're part of the family. We love you.
You might not have to pay him, but you can pay me.
Yeah, you need it for the shampoo because you got that sexy hair. See, I don't have any hair, so I don't need those kind of luxuries in life.
Well, that's because you kept using too much Head and Shoulder shampoo. You're supposed to use hair shampoo.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, damn it. Well, I got the Head and Shoulders down. I got the shoulders. So yeah, I think I'm good. Shit works. They just didn't. I got to read the fine print, apparently. That's definitely one of my problems.
Yeah, it does not work on hair. Hello.
Right. Works great on head. See? Look, he's shiny. So, yeah, and that's one thing I definitely want to point out here, guys, is we haven't lost. We haven't lost a thing. All we've done is built up a bigger bag. So when we hit the next bull market, it's going to be huge. And so I think you guys are going to be amazed. And there's going to be a lot of people flowing in here to Rags to Rich going, my God, why didn't I know about this back in July of last year when, everything was on sale and all this was happening? They're going to see it in, July of next year going, man, I should have been paying more attention. My bad. I can't wait to see what this thing looks like next year. It's going to be epic.
It's all right. Try telling people right before COVID comes that, hey, the market's going to go up a certain amount and then it's going to crash like a rock. So please take money out of your 401ks, sell your shit, sell your stock, sell everything. And I'm sitting there posting it there on my Facebook publicly to all of my friends, everyone I'm connected with, etc. We're all seeing me say, please don't, they're not going to listen, just like they're not going to listen when everything's down about buying. They're not going to listen about selling when everything's up top. But the people who do listen are the ones who come out way ahead.
Exactly. And yeah, that's something I've been preaching when I'm going around Nashville. They're doing my electoral stuff. I've given out like probably 50 cards to different people because I have business cards has the QR code here for YouTube. And it's like, man, get in there, just buy $5, pick something, buy $5, please, for the love of God. And Crow, one of my adopted children, loved to death. And I've harassed him for the last 2 years solid. It's like, have you invested yet? Well, no, I had to buy an AR-15. Okay, what about this week? No, I had to pay bills. Okay, what about this week? No, I'm saving up to buy a truck, which I don't need. What is wrong with you, man?
I'm sitting there, rating his various purchases.
Oh yeah, it's horrible. And I give him shit all the time. And the problem is, I've got several close friends there that I advise, I coach. I'm like, hey, I would start picking this up, $5-10, something, anything. And they're like, yeah, I will next week. And then next week comes and goes, and it never happens. Next thing you know, the market's going to be going through the roof. They're like, maybe I should buy it now. No, don't buy it now. Now it's too damn late. You screwed up.
See, that's when the answer is always a week from Tuesday, right? There was this one game that I used to play, and we were always asking, when are you guys going to fix these bugs? When are you going to fix, when's the next patch? And the answer was always a week from Tuesday. It didn't matter what day it was or how many Tuesdays had passed. The answer was a week from Tuesday.
I like that. It reminds me of the old Popeye cartoon. I'm glad you pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Or the beatings will continue until morale improves.
Yes, I love that one. That's one of my favorites. And see, BTK says, when ink at Ferret Pew Pew. So, Ferret, when is the ink? What the hell is the ink? I don't know. Okay, we're not getting an answer on that one. He just gives us an upside down funny face, which looks like me on a normal day. So with a lot of things going on now, we've seen the lawsuits, the SEC, things like that. They're doing appeals. Things are going up. They're going down. They're going back. They're going forth. Do you still feel that this is all that positioning and getting set up, and that they're just manipulating the market until they're ready to rock?
Yeah. They're trying to bring attention away from crypto right now for the retail investor, while the institutions are soaking it up. Aside from Elon, who's selling a whole bunch of Bitcoin last week.
Right. Yeah, I heard that. And then what was the guy for Ethereum? Vitalink. He sold $1 million worth of Ethereum or something. Like, wait, what? What is it? I didn't read the article.
Vitalink. I love that. All right, get your vitamins here. Vitalink. That's not how you say his name.
Okay, how do you say his name? Go ahead and educate me.
VB.
Okay, that's so much easier. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We all just say VB. No, it's Vitalik, but yeah.
Vitalik. Okay.
Yeah, Vitalik Buterin or something. But no,
yeah,
it's
I was reading as
Vitalink. Although it sounds like a service that Chainlink or something like that could offer for vitamin distribution.
Right, exactly. And so, I see these articles like, okay, so he sold Ethereum. You got Elon Musk selling Bitcoin. You've got other people saying, oh, they're going to dump all this Bitcoin on the market because this unlocked or this whale woke up or all this. And yeah, guys, this is the news. This is what they're doing. They're trying to mess with your mind so you're not buying. They don't want you to get rich. They want us to stay where we're at. So yeah, go against the grain. Absolutely.
The reason why the pump that we had yesterday got wiped out today, because people started talking about this this whale wallet with like over $1 billion worth of crypto that woke up and started moving it around. And then after the price was like, they were like, okay, well, here it turns out that wallet belongs to Robinhood and, the trading app Robinhood. And they're just, processing stuff.
False alarm. Sorry, are bad. Great.
Yeah.
And now we bought a whole bunch more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or cashed out their shorts.
Exactly. And so, yeah, strategic investing, guys. That's why we're here. So please tell your friends, tell your family, because there's so much information out there that's not right. It's not accurate. It's absolutely trying to mislead you to keep you tracked where you're at.
Yep.
And Chrome says he likes Vitalink. So thanks, Chrome. At least somebody likes my dumb name. And literally a new network. Yeah, exactly. And there are a lot of new networks popping up. There's a lot of technology growing and advancing. And it's really interesting. I talk to these people and it's like, well, I saw this on the news. Like, dude, that is so old school news. You have no idea what's really going on in the background. It's scary. The more you find out, the more you learn, the more you realize this is taking over the world. It's absolutely nuts.
I feel like I need to make an Internet Explorer meme. You ever seen any of those?
What do you got?
Guys, he hasn't seen any of the Internet Explorer memes, which is going to make it even funnier the first time he sees an Internet Explorer meme.
This is going to be good.
Yeah. Well, then what I'm about to say isn't for you. It's for everyone else. So Internet Explorer meme, right? Where, you know, the thought bubble is like, hey guys, did you see the article about FTX collapsing? You guys will get it. He won't.
You guys get it. I won't get it. Sorry. I spent too much time in the studio. It's a whole different world in my world. So I'm curious, Cyril, as far as how the news is progressing, technology, things like that, is there any breadcrumb trails or anything you can point to us that, maybe you're a little more excited about now than you were last week that maybe we should start paying attention to? Not financial advice, of course, but things that have piqued your interest that stand out.
So I'll be honest, over this last week to month, there hasn't really been anything that's caught my attention. Yeah, sure, Coinbase, they launched their blockchain base. I'm kind of watching it, kind of not. I haven't really messed with it. I don't necessarily see the point in it yet. I know that they're dealing with some issues regulatory wise. So it's just better to not really dive into it yet, but I am watching it. Other than that, I haven't really seen anything that's caught my attention or anything that I feel is going to be like a game changer over this last month. I think if people are building, they're definitely building in quiet right now.
It does seem that way. I mean, we're seeing a lot of tech come out with the AI robotics, a lot of different things. And of course, right now, AI is the new buzzword. Everybody's talking about it. But I don't know. I think there's almost too much saturation. I think there's more going on behind the scenes, or maybe it's just another one of those avert your attention from what's really being built over here with the CBDCs or whatever the SEC is doing. Don't pay attention to that. Look at these new shiny robots. So, dig deeper than what they're telling you on the news, guys, because don't take everything at face value.
Exactly.
So. No, and Chrome liked your joke. He says that's a good one. So he's excited. I have no idea what the hell it is, but once I get it, it'll click. You're like, oh, boy, I feel stupid. Okay.
The funny joke basically is that Internet Explorer is such a slow browser that by the time the news page is loaded for you or any event happened and you found out about it through your browser, it was already so out of date that you were like the last person who heard about it. That's the joke.
Okay. That would be
it's more funny when you actually go see the memes. Like after this, your homework is to go Google Internet Explorer memes and look through a couple of them. And after seeing them for a while, it'll click.
It'll start ticking in. Okay, I will do that. See, I've really been trying to avoid the mainstream news. And some people, they're like, well, how do you not know what's on the news? Like, why the hell would I watch the news? It's controlled, it's edited, and it's not real. So thanks, Pat. I'll go find the stuff that's going on behind the scenes, what's being built, and what's really on the cutting edge. Because I think that's what we need to do, not just take everything at face value.
Yep.
But I will check the memes out, and I'm sure it'll make sense. Like, oh, wow, I feel dumb. Okay. So I think that about wraps us up for this week, unless you got anything else to throw out there, Cyril.
No, that about does it. Not too much happened over the last week, in DeFi or really in like the regulatory aspect. I mean, aside from the judge actually granting the SEC the right to appeal the decision against Ripple, like not much is going on. So
right, it's not even an appeal. It's just, yes, you can cast an appeal. Like, oh, great, thanks. Now I have permission to do my job. Awesome. Maybe I'll do something. And BTK says, I read Wally's newsletter. I have not read Wally's newsletter. I will have to read Wally's newsletter.
Yeah, it's the project CryptoLink. One of the things that they have is they do have a newsletter that you can sign up for. one of the Zeely tasks that they have on their Discord, I believe, is signing up for that newsletter. Apparently it has a lot of good info in it, kind of like a condensation of the news events that happened that week, little things like that. So might be worth checking out.
There you go. And so, as far as this week now, I got a couple things going. Of course, tomorrow night we got Freaky Friday, and I do have a special surprise guest who has confirmed their appearance this time. So It's not one of those they might show up. Hey, Paul, welcome, buddy. We're just wrapping it up, brother, but glad you made it here. You have to go back and watch the recording, of course. But yes, we do have one of our community members going to hop in, and I'm not going to tell you who. You got to show up to find out. Nice. But also Sunday, I've got a live AMA with Greg Tucker from Spartan Bitcoin Mining. And I've got a list of some pretty hard questions because I think it's a unique project I'm going to dive into. So if you're chilling on Sunday, stop in, grab some questions because it'll be fun.
Nice. I might have time on Sunday to check it out. I know on Saturday, the three of us are taking the three girls to Giggleberry Fair. So that should be fun.
Nice. That will be fun. See, I like that. Saturday, I'm actually going to leave the house officially. Got a plan to go out to Gallenfield Air Base and watch the Thunderbirds. I'm a big jet fan. Always want to be a pilot. So, yeah, that's my thing. It's like, yep, I will not be here. I'm going to go play on the tarmac. And it says, I'm going to make a law against Zeely. Yeah. And
he knows that I absolutely hate Zeely. I think it's terrible for projects and that they shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, and then Fair Pew Pew, of course, has to chime in. When only burns on Zeely. You could get banned, Ferret. So I was like, ban.
Very rarely have to ban anyone. It's always
that's fair. So, hey, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and we'll catch you this weekend. Make sure to like, subscribe, pass this out to your friends, and go cast your vote.
Great seeing y'all. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week when hopefully some positive movement in the markets.
And if not, we'll just keep building our bags. I'm gold. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week. Cyril, you take care, brother. We'll catch you next time.
See you later.
Thanks, guys.